Welcome to the Long Island Class B Lacrosse Championship. In a rematch of the 1987 final, the Elmont Spartans, the eventual state champions, again look to take the wind out of the Tornadoes of Harborfields. Hello again, everybody. I'm Barry Landers along with Kerry Gluck here at Hofstra Stadium. Well, Kerry, 2 years ago, Harborfields jumped off to an early 3-0 lead, and then Elmont really blew them out, winning 20-12. What kind of game can we expect tonight?
Well, I think we're going to see a typical Elmont team running tonight, Barry. They're going to try and fast break. They're a transition team. They like to pressure, come up with ground balls, and take it right to you. On the other side, Harborfields has got a tough defense. They're noted for their defense. They're going to try and play a little bit more possession, try and keep the short sticks without the ball for Elmont.
Harborfields has an outstanding attack. That's been a tradition. And, of course, Mark Millan is the guy that leads the attack, an all-county performer.
Well, Mark Millan is an exceptional player, Barry. He's all-county. He's been 3 times, he's been in the top 10 scoring in Suffolk County. He's an excellent dodger. He comes from behind the cage. He's got a hard shot. He's tough. He's aggressive. He does everything that Kip Lucarelli is going to ask him to do for Harborfields.
They've got an outstanding goalie in Billy Day, and he'll be well tested by that high-powered Elmont offense. And, of course, we've talked about Tommy Nagliari in the past, but Greg Pookie Kennedy is no slouch on attack either.
Well, Pookie Kennedy had a great game the other day when they played Lynbrook, and he's a very important person on the attack. He's an excellent rider. He's a strong attackman. He's a bulldodger. He's not afraid. He'll go right to the cage, and he'll take it right to you.
One big edge for Elmont may be in the midfield, where they're strong, they're deep, and they have an excellent face-off man in Gary Nelson. Should be an exciting game, and our colleague Carl Reuter has both coaches coming up right after this timeout. You're watching high school lacrosse on Cablevision's LISN.
Down here on the field before the start of today's game, to my right, Walt Sofsian, the coach of Elmont. To my left, Kip Lucarelli of Harborfields. And Kip, it's all on the line tonight. What's your thoughts? What are the players' thoughts coming in right now?
Well, our kids, have had 12 days off. Our kids are excited about this. We've been excited about it for 12 days. We can't wait to get going with it. We saw Elmont. They're a very tough team. It's going to be an interesting game.
You mentioned the 12 days. That's a long layoff. That's almost 2 weeks. Can it hinder the club?
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think the first couple minutes will be key there. Once that goes by, then everything will fall into place there. We've been working hard, but for short periods of time, the kids are ready.
We've had some earlier rains tonight. How are the field conditions?
Field seems pretty good. The only thing different right now, it seems to be when they shoot. The ball's skipping a little bit and staying down.
All right, Kip, you look like you're ready for the beach. Good luck in this one, the way you're dressed there with those shorts. He's not going to answer. I'm going to go to this guy here on the right. Walt, you've been in big ball games before. What do you look forward to now in this ball game against Harborfields?
I look forward to getting started, because this might be a 1 o'clock job, 2 o'clock. Our kids got to get up for school 7 o'clock. The first game was over. Overtime was a super game, and by the time you're warming up, it's going to be a long time to get started.
Well, how does that affect the kids?
Well, the kids who are dressed in shorts today are going to be a little freezing tonight. No, I'm only kidding. I don't think so. They're ready to jump out of their skins. It's a big game. They're ready to play. The more you wait, you get jumpy. But that's part of being an athlete. To feel like Bill Russell used to throw up in the locker room all the time, right? Probably the bathrooms are full of our guys are like this, right?
Well, you never know what this guy's going to say. Your approach to this game, do you know what Harborfields can do?
No, we haven't seen them. We know what they can do from previous years. They're a good ball player. I mean, you're not in the Long Island Championship because you're, nothing. So I hope it's a good game. Hope we give the fans something to, cheer for.
He was wearing his beach outfit. You've got on your lucky boots.
That's
Where
right.
did you get those quickly?
Some guy was laying in the gutter out there. I picked it up. It was raining.
Walt Sofsian, coach of Elmont. Okay, well, good luck in tonight's game. Walt Sofsian of Elmont, Kip Lucarelli of Harborfields. It could be and it should be a dandy, and Barry and Carey will be back with the opening face-off right after this timeout. You're watching High School Championship Lacrosse on Cablevision's Long Island Sports Network.
Landers along with Kerry Gluck, and we're here at Hofstra, where the skies have cleared, and we get ready for the starting lineups in tonight's game. For Harborfields, led by the All-American candidate Mark Millan. Brent Dugan is a good one. The midfield, an area that has improved dramatically over the course of the season. One reason why they're in this B championship game. And a defense led by Ken Willey. And a goalie, well, look at that, 15 man-up goals. He plays man-up on midfield, and he's a superb goalie going to the University of North Carolina defensively. Elmont, they're going to really test him with the attack led by Kennedy and Nagliari, and Lou Ventura can put it away, over 50 goals. A good midfield led by Gary Nelson, an excellent face-off man, and a very strong defense. What a job they did the other day. What a job Mike Faraone did in goal and beating Lynbrook.
Well, it was a great job, a great effort on the part of the defense, I thought, and I think this young man that we're taking a look at right now in the center of your picture at the midfield there, Gary Nelson, was very critically important to the success of the Elmont team.
All right, as he battles on the face-off, look at that hit thrown by Harborfields. They're very aggressive, fired up. Bodies go flying all over the field in the early going, and Harborfields has it. They're an emotional team, much like their coach, Kip Lucarelli. Gary, you played against them twice. Your Deer Park team in League 5 this year.
Well, I tell you, I think they're very explosive. They've got an outstanding attack, and I think, as we talked about them, Seti, Dugan, and Millan are really very dangerous. Mark, we talked about and highlighted earlier on. They can do it from any part on the field.
Number 4 is James Creamer working in midfield against Gary Nelson. Their midfield has improved as the course of the season. They may not have the sticks that Elmont has, but they've got a chance for a goal, and it looks like they've got one right here. Patrick Kinney scoring the early goal within the first 41 seconds of play. And Kinney, with his 11th goal of the year, has given Harborfields a 1-0 lead.
And it was a lefty shot as Patrick Kinney comes up with the loose ball, and he goes right to the cage, takes his shot, and immediately gets right on the scoreboard. And here we'll see it on the replay as you'll see the loose ball. Here's Kinney. He rolls right by here as he sweeps. There's the loose ball, and he'll come back up with it now, continuing moving to his right. He'll take a lefty shot, and right away we see that we've got Mike Faraone moving the wrong way in the goal, and that could be very critical, and it's a good start for Harborfields, and defense for Elmont's got to get into this game right now.
Nelson on the faceoff, beaten again as it was picked up by Ken Willie. A surprise Willie, one of the crease defensemen, has won 2 faceoffs as they've employed him up as a faceoff man.
Well, what they did, Barry, they bring Willie up to the wing on the faceoff, and they move Schaffenberger back down to the attack for the faceoff.
And finally, Elmont will pick it up. They love the transition. This is Jimmy Randall, number 15. Nice look over as he got it to Schroe, moving right in, and the game is tied. Oh, what a great fast break opportunity, and Tommy Naglieri finishes it off.
Well, this is what Kip Lucarelli was afraid of with Elmont. They're so dangerous coming down the field on that fast break that they can really score in just a few seconds. And when they showed us, they went one end all the way down to the other end. It was beautiful passing and excellent work by Elmont. Here's the opportunity to see it on the replay. Look at the stick work. This is the name of the game. This is lacrosse at its finest. Fast breaking, running, gunning, and then look at the shot taken by number 16 as they moved into the cage. Tom Naglieri scoring for Elmont.
Well, you can bet that brought a smile to the face of Paul Darty, the Adelphi coach. He'll be going there next year. His 51st goal of the year, 8th of the playoffs, and they come up with a face-off here. Leva checked as he got the pass off. And it's picked up by the youngsters from Harborfields as they'll look to get the ball upfield against Elmont. Both teams like to go transition. Harborfields felt they had to slow it down, Kerry. They can't run. They don't have this overall depth that this very fine Elmont team has. And now we get a flag, and we're going to get a 30-second push call here with possession.
Yes, with call against Harborfields, and a good call by the official. I believe the person that was called for that foul was number 7 for Harborfields. That should be Scott Dubois, or Dubois. He was called for the penalty, and they'll put themselves man down for 30 seconds.
Well, Elmont, a tough team when they're man up. They go about 35%. There you see the man in the box, Scott Dubois. And Harborfield's man down carry's been excellent, 86%. They've only given up 15 man down goals in 107 shorthanded situations. Now they'll work at Naglieri back outside. They'll swing it behind. Espiritu to Kennedy. Over the head of his teammate. As it goes back toward midfield, it'll be a diving attempt, but out of bounds. Harborfield's trying to get to that ball over there. Number 25. That was Donnie Seti. And it will be Elmont possession here. Still a man up. 1-1 score. Both teams scoring in the first minute and a half of play. Here's Tommy Naglieri. Normally an attackman, playing out in midfield at the moment. They swing it around. Kennedy back out. This is Lou Ventura. Teams are all even. Warren Espiritu trying to get it on the crease. It's deflected. Elmont very quick, and they'll come up with a lot of loose balls. Here's Lou Ventura, who had 52 goals, number 18. Normally a crease man. Playing outside, handling the ball more than we expected, Kerry.
Yes, he is. He usually plays right on the crease. They're going to get a call, I believe, for a slash. And again, we're going to see Harborfield's man down. They certainly can't afford to do that. Good save by Billy Day in the goal.
Billy Day will be going to North Carolina. We'll have a penalty coming up on Harborfields. I believe Mike Pavlovich will be called for the penalty. Let's wait and see as the man heads off. There'll be a 1-minute slashing penalty. Jason Oberhan heads toward the penalty box, number 13. You've played against Billy Day. What impresses you about him, Kerry?
Oh, he's just so quick in the goal, Barry. He's got great reflexes. You got to keep in mind he was a midfielder last year, so he's also a great stick handler too, and he's got good speed. He's really a good all-around athlete. I think that says it all for Billy Day.
Here's Espiritu. Elmont moves the ball beautifully. Great passing club. Looking on the crease for Ventura, and the loose ball scooped in by number 21. And it is 2-1 as Elmont takes the lead on the goal scored right here by number 21 for Elmont, and that was Eric Wieserak. Eric Wieserak, who's a garbage man, Kerry, comes up with his 18th goal of the year. He's a guy that has a nose for the goal.
Well, that's exactly what that was, Barry. It was a garbage goal. The pass was passed into the crease, checked out of the stick. Wieserak picks it up and puts it in the goal. But you know what? They all count just the same. Watch the look into the crease. There's the pass down into the crease. There's the check. The ball goes right to Wieserak's stick. He's on Johnny on the spot, scoops it up and puts it in the net.
Nothing that Billy Day could do there. The 6 foot, 185-pound senior goalie who will be headed to North Carolina. Kind of ironic, Kerry, they beat Lynbrook's All-American goalie Kevin Barry the other day 10-6, and they're playing against Billy Day today. Those two are maybe regarded as the two best goaltending prospects on the island.
That's exactly correct, and that says a lot for the attack.
Mark Millan with a good ride steals the ball. The look on the crease, overthrew his man as he was trying to get it on the crease to number 25, Donnie Setti, but Harborfields retains possession. As they move right in here, Kinney. Save by Faraone, who's an emotional goalie. Played well the other day. Oh, look at that open field check. No call made as it goes out of bounds. Harborfields will get the ball. They're playing very physical, very aggressive so far tonight.
The game on both teams has been very physical, very aggressive. That was Pat Kinney who made the hit right there. Here's the shot. Here's Pat Kinney with the ball now, and he's going to take his shot. He winds up, takes that hard bounce shot a little bit too close to the feet of the goalie, Faraone, who makes the save, and then Pat Kinney at the other end of the field puts the hit on it.
Now Harborfield turns it over. Well, Harborfield remembers, of course, 2 years ago, they lost a heartbreaking game to Ward Melville, 13-12 in double overtime. Then they had to come down here and play. They jumped in front early, 3-0. Elmont just ran them off the field with their great sticks, and Elmont then went on to win the state championship that year, carrying 87.
Elmont was not to be denied in 87, Barry.
They were finished undefeated. And right now, they try to bring it up. They've got good sticks. And we're going to get another penalty call coming up here against Harborfields. Number 17, Jody Scharfenberger, will be called for a penalty.
And the trip penalty will be called against Jody. And again, although it might have been inadvertent, it was a trip, and they'll be man down against. I think they've had too many penalties early on for Harborfields at this point.
Both teams are high-scoring teams. Elmont averages over 11 a game. Harborfields over 9 a game. They're both good defensively. Harborfields has given up under 5 goals a game. But not face the competition that Elmont obviously can offer them here. Harborfield finished second in their league to Kings Park, an A school. They're a B school. Ventura out to Espiritu. Again on the crease. Kennedy, nice pass. Naglieri firing with the left hand, missing from the short side.
And Naglieri, the second man around as they look to sneak coming from behind the cage, takes the shot and put it just wide.
We'll get a timeout right now by Kip Lucarelli's club. They're very fired up. They came in very emotional. They've had time off to get ready. It was a much different attitude than 2 years ago when, as I mentioned, they had lost to Ward Melville in a heartbreaker.
Well, they haven't played now in 2 weeks, Barry, and sometimes that can work in your favor, it can work against you. It can work in your favor if you've got injuries that you want to try and let heal. But if you can also get stale, not playing and being game sharp.
Let's take a look to the road to the top for these clubs. Harborfields lost in the county playoffs to an A school, Walt Whitman. Then in the B playoff game, they defeated Babylon 10-7. Avenged a loss to Babylon in the final game of the regular season that cost them a league championship. Well, Elmont dramatically won over Plain Edge in overtime. Ventura winning that game. Blew out Great Neck South and beat Lynbrook, a fine club, and they've been peaking according to Walt Sofsey in the last 2 games.
Well, they're playing very well, I think, really, Barry. I thought they played very well against Lynbrook when we saw them, and I think this is the right time. If Walt Sofsey thinks that his team is peaking, you can't ask for a better time to peak than at this point in the playoffs.
Kip Lucarelli, who starred at Huntington High School, played baseball there, then went to Cortland State, learned the game of lacrosse, where a lot of people learned the game, and he's the football coach at Northport and loves these Harborfield kids, although he teaches at Northport full-time. So we're just about ready for play to resume here. By the way, Jim Turnbull will be Kerry Gluck's guest. Jim Turnbull, the coach of Yorktown. Many years, one of the perennial A powers in lacrosse. They've dropped down to a B school. They'll play the winner of this game, Kerry. Jim Turnbull doing a little scouting.
Jim Turnbull has done an excellent job with the Yorktown program. He's been very successful as an A school, and I'm sure he'll be equally as successful as a B school.
Man-up situation for Elmont. This is Gary Nelson, who was one of the stars against Lynbrook, dominating face-offs to Naglieri. Naglieri on the wing to Spiritu. Interesting that Naglieri's playing out on top a lot today, Kerry, not behind where he normally plays.
Well,
They
they're
make it on the crease again. Espiritu denied by Day. What quick reflexes there.
I'm sorry, Barry. I think what they did was they've got Naglieri up top because we're in a 3-3 right now. And he'll stay up top in the 3-3. But when they cut out into the 1-3-2, where they cut down, that you'll see Naglieri go behind. Here's the replay with Naglieri in possession of the ball right now. And that's where they're looking down low right now for the shot. That was Espiritu took the shot.
Naglieri, a great passer. Stewart going to be called for a penalty, a hit from behind as he leveled James Creamer, a needless penalty. Stewart goes about 220, and he's about 6'3". Laverne Stewart, number 30, and 6 foot 220. So I gave him a few extra inches there. And he's a very physical player, hard-nosed young man. He's a pretty good passer. And he can shoot the ball from 50 yards away. One of the things that Harborfield has to be concerned about when Elmont gets its transition game is using the defensemen to bring the ball down and shoot. We saw James Brugger, Laverne Stewart, and Pete Aaron all do that the other night, Kerry.
If we remember correctly, Barry, the first 3-4 times in transition, the long poles took the shots.
So now Scharfenberger back on. Man-up situation here for Harborfields. They've been about 33% man-up all through the season. Elmont's man down about 75. It's been pretty good. Millan handling the ball behind. They give him room. Millan with 48 goals this year. Pass could not be handled on top by Scharfenberger. He loses. Penalty is over now. Teams are all even. As Brett Dugan's got it, he slides to the turf. Number 8, 15 goals, 33 points overall. And look at that scramble. 5 players after it. And finally recovered by Donnie Setti. Setti doubled behind the cage. Pete Aaron, number 11, along with Jiggets there. And Jiggets has the ball up the outlet upfield. Elmont will look to run at any opportunity. James Creamer, number 4, check that, is checked off the play. This is Schroe. Schroe, number 4, getting the pass off. This is Pookie Kennedy. Will be going to Nassau Community or Farmingdale, the co-captain. Working behind against number 23, Mike Pavlovich. Here's Ventura trying to work on Ken Willie. Willie is a junior, and they love him. They think he's going to be one of the best. Look on the crease where they seem to be making a lot of their passes, Kerry. They're looking to get in tight.
Well, you know, against the zone as employed by Harborfields, the crease area could be the vulnerable area for the Elmont attack.
Aaron picks up the loose ball. He'll come in. He can score. He finds an open midi. Play out in front, and that one just flips in a goal. Oh, a garbage goal. How it went in, I'm not sure. The defenseman, Mike Pavlovich, dove to try to go down. Could be a goal there for Kennedy, number 6. We'll try to look at the replay and tell you if it was him.
Here, we'll take it if we can on the replay. Again, the play started with Aaron as he brought the ball over with the long pole. There he is in possession. He drops the ball off, and there we look down into the crease area. And it looks like it went off Pookie
And it
Kennedy.
went off Day, hit Day's foot. But a good play by Ali Manny Kane, number 26, who was one of the players on that 3rd midfield unit involved. Elmont, a very deep club, employs 3 midfields. And now Harborfields comes up with the face-off. As coming up with Scott Dubois. Dubois moving right in, rolling, checked out of his stick. Good defensive play by Kane, number 26. Millan, who has a great stick, picks it up. His brother, of course, Tony Millan, was a star on Harborfields a couple of years ago. Mark moving right in and scores from a tough angle, showing why a lot of people feel he should have been an All-American, including his coach.
Well, he did it all by himself there, Barry. He took it right from the midfield, came up with the loose ball, and he just went right to the cage, and he took it with his right hand, put it over the left shoulder of goalie Mike Faraone up in the upper corner, and he worked to get that goal. But Mark Millan's got to be very aggressive tonight, I think. Now watch Mark Millan there as he takes one almost high enough to get a penalty, high up on the mast, puts it in his right hand, and he takes that stick and he puts it right in, and he goes right to the cage.
He had beaten James Brugger, number 12, the all-county defenseman. As we'll take another look at it here, as Brugger will pick him up right here.
This is Brugger, number 12, in your picture, and he just goes by Brugger, puts the stick into his right hand here, and puts it over the shoulder of goalie Mike Faraone.
Now Elmont coming up with the ball as Nelson raked the ball out. This is Ventura moving in, checked out of his stick nicely from behind.
Ken Willie, man responsible for that check.
And here's Mike Pavlovich, 23. Chief clearing downfield and hustled down by number 25, Donnie Setti. Harborfields looking to tie it. Nice pass on the crease. What a roll, but the ball is checked and recovered by the goaltender right there, Mike Faraone. Let's see what the call will be.
No, they're calling
Push.
in and out on the part of the goalkeeper.
So Mike Faraone called for the technical violation. He's been a hot goalie in the playoffs, the junior. 5'11", 155-pounder, who had 21 saves against Plain Edge in that 9-8 playoff victory. So it will be Harborfield's ball, and Harborfield's showing that they're not intimidated by Elmont's reputation, Kerry.
Well, I don't think at this point in the game. Here's a replay, and here's the goalie. He has the ball now. He goes back into the crease area, and that's where he gets the call called against him.
Here's Millan, who has 53 goals, working or checking 49 goals. Back out on top to Scharfenberger. Nice roll dodge, got in, but checked from behind. That seems to be the plan of Elmont. Out of the net, Faraone, he may get caught here. Millan got it over to his teammate Brett Dugan. And they'll settle it down here with 1:50 to go here in the first quarter. Elmont leading it 3-2. Mark Millan spotting the open man, Kinney. Kinney doubled by Nelson, gets the shot off. It's wide, however, it'll be Harborfield's ball. And we'll have a stoppage in plays. We'll get changes made in the midfield. Coming right now for Elmont in the game will be Leva, number 33, along with Mazzola, 5, and Espiritu, 41, as they go to their second midfield unit. Kip Lucarelli gives the sign to his team what he wants them to run right here. Maybe he wants them to hang onto the ball here for a while, Kerry. It looks like they're setting up a play off the crease here.
Well, I'm sure they have an out-of-bounds play. Mark Millan is very dangerous from behind the cage. He's handling the ball right now.
Working against Brugger, so you have two outstanding players here. Millan had his stick checked right out.
That's an excellent check by Brugger.
Brugger, not a big guy. He's 5'10", 155. And now Elmont after the turnover. Warren Espiritu played an outstanding game. I thought the midfield was key the other day in the victory over Lindbrook.
And I got to think it's going to be very important tonight too, Barry. The fact that they can go into that second midfield is very good and very important for Elmont.
And they got a couple of goals from the third midfield too in that game, if you recall. Now here's Nagliari cutting behind the cage. Got a great stick. He can go with either hand. Controlling the ball with now 48 seconds. Picked up over there by number 6, playing with a short pole, Kinney. Harborfields doesn't employ long poles, do they, Kerry, on the midfield?
No, they don't, Barry. Kip Lucarelli is one of those coaches that believes that the midfielder's got to play both offense and defense.
Alan, watching the game the other day, Kip commented he felt his zone was a little different than Lindbrook's zone. He had a couple of nuances. It's more similar. It's more like the Ward Melville zone. And it might give Elmont a little more trouble if they played it correctly.
Well, it might, very much so. But that's maybe why Elmont is looking to go down into the crease area more tonight than they did the other night. They may see that the crease is more suspect.
Good point. Now, with it behind the cage is Kennedy trying to get away from the defender there. 20 seconds to go in the first quarter. Harborfield's looking to get it out right here. Number 13, Jason Overhand. Scramble for that ball. Harborfield's trying to come up with it. Over there was Scharfenberger, but it's taken away by Elmont. 2 seconds. One, will they get a shot off in time? No, the clock will run out as Nagliari fired after the whistle. A lot of teams won't like that. And that's the end of the first quarter. So the underdog, Harborfield Tornadoes, not getting blown out so far in the early going. They're right in this one. It's Elmont 3, Harborfields 2. We'll be right back watching Championship High School Lacrosse on Cablevision's Long Island Sports Network. Back at Hofstra Stadium, Barry Landers along with Kerry Gluck. Congratulations to the Ward Melville Patriots. They have advanced in the state tournament, knocking off Farmingdale in overtime, a game that you may have seen on the Long Island Sports Network. And it was a dandy of a game. And the only meeting back in 1987. Elmont won it 20-12, but right now, as I said, Harborfield's not showing that they're intimidated by the reputation of Elmont. Of course, Elmont's been the Bede County champion here 3 of the last 4 years, Kerry, and they've won a couple of state titles over the last several years.
Well, I think both teams are playing a very fast-paced game, Barry. It's a physical game.
Go, Gary. Work hard,
both teams are going right at the cage. They're really not hesitating to go to the cage. So I think it's going to be a real interesting game and see whether or not the pace can continue. Through the first half, everything is face-offs are even, 3 apiece. Ground balls in Harborfield's favor, 12-9. Shots, Elmont leading 6-4. Both goalies had a save, and the only difference man up, Elmont scored 1 out of 3 attempts, and Harborfields was 0 for 1.
Elmont with the ball leading it 3-2 as they'll look to set it up. And again, they are deep as far as the midfield is concerned. They'll use a lot of players. Schroe is 4. Randall is 15. Now work in the midfield with Nelson. Randall and Schroe, kinds they call the mules. Day has no trouble stopping that with his quick reflex. He's a great passer, Kerry. He won't use his running ability to come out and run the ball up, but he sees the field beautifully, and that's one of his assets along with those quick reflexes. And so now, however, Elmont takes it back. Quick reflexes there to stop Tommy Schroe's shot, a low bounce shot. Of course, Elmont has played on this field 2 other games, Gary, and Harborfields is not. Penalty delayed call coming up against Elmont. Harborfield's looking to tie it on the fast break. Oh, and another crunching hit over there by Elmont's number 11. That was number 11 with the big hit over there, Pete Aaron. But there was another hit upfield as well.
Well, I think the penalty will be a slash call. Here's the hit by Aaron, and he really lays into the Harborfields player. I can't tell who was that, number 21, I believe, who took the hit on Harborfields. And now you'll see the opportunity that Harborfields has to play man up. They move Rich DeRosa into the goal, and they bring Billy Day, their goalie, down to play man up.
Billy Day has scored 15 goals man up. DeRosa's done a good job, hasn't given up a goal in these situations all season. Now they work it outside. Harborfield's looking to set it up. Having trouble with the ball is Millan. He's doubled over there. The ball raked back across midfield. Nagliari will go after it. He can't get it. Picked up by Ventura. They've got an open man in front now. Kennedy spinning. Tries to get the shot off, and he scores. So the first time all year they were burned. DeRosa gives up the goal. Pookie Kennedy scores, and it's 4-2 in favor of Elmont.
Well, those are the kind of goals that can really hurt you, Barry. You're man up, and then you go all the way down and get the goal at the other end.
There's Richie DeRosa heading off, and Billy Day coming back in. But you go with the girl that brought you here, and having him play in midfield's brought him here.
And here's the replay. Here's Pookie Kennedy. He's got the ball. He'll spin here, and I think that's Pavlovich. Mike Pavlovich just goes right by him. And
couldn't fault the goalie on that.
Rich DeRosa certainly can't be faulted on that.
So another key face-off coming up right here. Leva on the face-off. Ken Willie wins it with that big pole. A chance here. Moving in is Millan. And he scores. Was it Millan or Dugan, 8 or 9? I think it was Millan.
Millan.
And back to a 1-goal game. So Harborfield showing they can take a page out of the Elmont playbook and score right off the face-off. Ken Willie winning it, and Mark Millan's second goal brings him back within 1.
Well, here's the replay. Willie with the ball coming from the face-off. Now watch the face dodge right here. Ooh, now a nice move by Mark Millan, and he puts that ball right in the cage. He's got such an accurate shot. But you know, Kip Lucarelli said they want to move Willie to the faceoff. He's like a vacuum on those ground balls, Barry. He gets everything that's in his way, and he showed why he's paying off right now at that faceoff on the wing.
Millan will be going to the University of Massachusetts. He gets his 50th goal of the year, has superior skills. And off this face-off, the ball raked back. Elmont trying to come up with it, and they will. Lou Ventura's got it. Louis Ventura, who may be going to Stony Brook, over to Espiritu. He bounces one and beats Day to give Elmont a 2-goal lead once again. So Warren Espiritu, a 5'6", 150-pound junior, gets his 12th goal of the year, a 3-year starter. He won the first Plain-Age game during the regular season with a couple of goals, and he comes up big right here.
Well, Warren Espiritu took that shot from out far. On the replay, you'll see he's just sweeping to his right, and as he's driving to his right, he's going to take that overhand bounce shot, and Day doesn't have that far pipe covered well enough, and he puts it right by him. Good shot by Warren Espiritu as we see it again, driving to his right, stick in his right hand, beats the defender. That was number 22 on defense, Roger Labate, who got beat by Espiritu, and he takes the bounce shot to the offside pipe.
3 goals in 22 seconds, so we have the teams really pouring it on right here. 5-3, 8 minutes to go. And again, here's Espiritu moving down. Look on the crease and another score. Nicely set up and putting the goal in for the Elmont Spartans. Number 5, James Mazzola, who plays on the second midfield. Another little guy, Kerry, 5'5", 145-pound sophomore with his 7th goal of the year. And the depth as the second midfield, as Espiritu and Mazzola score back-to-back goals, and it's now a 6-3 lead.
But you know, anybody's going to hurt you when you get those passes. Warren Espiritu finds Mazzola on the crease. Okay, here's his look. Right now he sees him, makes that pass to the crease, and Mazzola's right in on Billy Day. And Warren Espiritu gets a goal and assist in just a matter of seconds, Barry.
Kerry, we talked about the depth of Elmont, especially in the midfield, being a factor. And they are a running team. You can just wear down the opposition as fast as they are, Elmont.
And Harborfields isn't a big team in numbers to begin with. So they have to play a very smart, intelligent game to be able to stay with the 3 midfields that Elmont can throw at them.
We have had 4 goals in 36 seconds scored. Kennedy scored for Ventura at 1:31 to make it 4-2. Back came Harborfields. Millan's second goal of the game, 50th of the year from Willie at 1:39 to make it 4-3. And Espiritu at 1:57 to make it 5-3. And Mazzola from Espiritu at 2:07 to make it 6-3. That's how explosive these 2 teams are.
Well, at this pace, when we said it earlier on, the pace is a very fast pace, quickly played game through the first quarter. In the second quarter, we only have 2 minutes gone, and we've scored like 5 goals already.
Elmont has won 6 Nassau County championships, so they have been a dominant power despite being a small school, Kerry. They won in 70, 77, 1980, 86, 87, and 89. And they beat Ward Melville, by the way, in 1977 for the Long Island and State Championship. Let's go down on the field. Here's Carl Reuter.
All right, thanks very much, Barry. Just like the other day against Lynbrook, the Elmont club, Barry, very restrained on the bench. They score the goals, but they sit there, they relax, as opposed to the other side, Harborfield just standing up there and are trying to, get things going. But the Elmont team is very much in control. Barry?
Look at Willie come up with that. What a great stick. What a great play. And he scores! Ken Willie. What a play, Kerry Gluck, to make it now 6-4.
He's just doing a great job off the face-off. Kenny Willie, and he was moved there because he can scoop. He's the leading ground ball man. He's showing us why he's so valuable to them. And every time Elmont scores, we come back. Harborfields comes right back and gets the goal. Watch Willie right off the face-off. And he'll come up with the loose ball. Here he is. Come on, let's get that loose ball, Willie. There we go. And we go right to the cage. That's why he has that long pole. That's the advantage. And he takes that low shot on Mike Faraone.
Unassisted goal, his 4th of the year. Eric Wieserak, by the way, was the player who was beaten on that face-off. They used 3 face-off men. Harborfield's getting possession here, and they'll look to set it up again. Mike Pavlovich, 23, back behind the cage to Billy Day. Now, Bay, as I said, will not run it up. They'll use him as a passer, has great vision on the field. And now they'll use one of the middies to help bring it up. Jason Overhand, 13. Trying to get it downfield on a cheap clear, but it's picked off by Elmont.
See, I don't know if that was a play that was necessary by Harborfields. They had a man open on the wing that Overhand could have gotten the ball to bring the ball over rather than force the long pass.
Elmont leading at 6-4, under 7 minutes to go here in the first half. That's Naglieri working out on the midfield against Overhand. And Harborfields takes it away. They look to turn up some transition here. That's Guido, number 10, who has scored quite a few goals this year. P.J. Guido carries, just a junior, 5'9", 165-pounder, 16 goals, a very accurate shot. Was a starter as a sophomore last year, but with the development this year of Brett Dugan and Donizetti, he's been coming off the bench.
But he has been doing an excellent job, and that adds a real new, different dimension to a team to be able to bring someone off the bench who can get 16, 17 goals.
Absolutely. So now Elmont back with possession, leading it by 2. Nelson bounces off a check, makes the nice pass off, and Tommy Schroe fires wide. Tommy, one of the mules they call at Elmont for the Spartans, has 7 goals. Why do they call them the mules, Kerry?
Well, they carry all the weight. They bring that ball all the way from one end, and they're going to pull that team right up the hill to victory.
I guess they pull the wagon. They don't get a whole lot of credit. They're the muckers, we might call them. What's your term in soccer for those kind of guys?
Mutters. Quite a few. And as John Madden would say, the guys in the trenches that do all the work, right?
Indeed, as you watch the Harborfields player, number 4, James Creamer, getting ready for the whistle to be blown as play will resume. Creamer made all league. And I'll tell you, you got to give credit to Kip Lucarelli. He had all 3 of his midfielders last year were JV midfielders. His starting midfield, they all made all league this year, Gary.
Well, they really developed quite well. I'm sure, I don't think Kip ever expected they would develop as quickly and as successfully as they have.
Nelson to move it behind. We have a man-up situation here as we had a late penalty called. Elmont with a man-up right here. They are very potent as a man-up team. They'll look to get down on the crease, perhaps. Ventura, nice look here, and a stop on the shot in close, taken by Wieserak.
Great stop by Billy Day on Wieserak's shot.
He had a couple of goals against Lindbrook, Wieserak, the other day. Now they'll look to set it up. Ventura. Here's Naglieri, even up now, or rather Kennedy, who scores. So Craig Pookie Kennedy with a great fake. Got by the defender, and he had Billy Day at his mercy. Went up high with making a deep. And he's been on fire, Kennedy, in the early going. Show why we highlighted him, Kerry.
Pookie Kennedy just looked out front, faked the pass out front to the crease, and then just went right to the cage. Let's see, we'll see it on the replay. Here's Kennedy with the ball now as he goes to the cage. There's his look out front, and then as he gets the defenseman to commit himself, he goes by him and beats his defenseman and puts the ball into the cage.
We've got a break in the action. 5:45 to go in the first half. Elmont leads it by 3. You're watching high school lacrosse on Cablevision's Long Island Sports Network. The Elmont Spartans and Harborfields Tornadoes clashing in the Long Island Beat Championship. The winner to play Yorktown here on Thursday afternoon. And that'll be in the state semifinals. 5 goals in 47 seconds, Kerry, in this explosive second quarter. And a reminder of the officials working today: Norm Wiener and Al Blau from Long Island, Skip Spencieri from Albany, and Len Winsky from Westchester. Doing a good job so far here. It's been a very physical game. They've let the players play them, but when there have been penalties, they've made the calls.
I think it's been very well controlled on the part of the officials.
Elmont leading it by 3. And Willie rakes the ball back to his teammate. It's picked up here by number 6, Patrick Kinney, who had the first goal for Harborfields. And Kinney will move it back to Billy Day. Day has given up 7 goals in the early going here, Kerry. And the Elmont team, of course, an explosive team, averaging over 11 a game. Willie, look at him get by.
What stick control for a long pole.
He's only a junior. A lot of people felt he should have been all-county this year. Was just all-league. One of the best that Kip Lucarelli has ever had, according to Kip. And what a season he'll have next year if he continues to improve the way he has this year.
Well, Kip certainly thinks he does have Division I potential. We saw him clear. He's a very good clearer. He can face off. He can do a lot of good things. He handles a stick. We saw him handle that stick just beautifully there, just like a short stick. He really leads the team in takeaways as a defenseman as well.
Paul Leva with a wrap around the chin of Jody Scharfenberger, and Leva's going to sit it down for a while. I think number 33, Paul Leva, will be heading off. Let's see what the call will be. Here's Scharfenberger. There's Leva.
Yeah, I would say that was certainly a penalty on number 33, Paul Leva.
That'll give him a throat problem for a while. It's Paul Leva. Let me correct that. So now here's Billy Day again playing up as a midfielder. DeRosa's come in and goal. Last time they were man up, they got burned on a transition man down scoring opportunity. Billy Day has a hard shot. Explosive outside shot. Didn't become a goalie till last summer, Kerry. Mark Millan started to fire shots, ended up as an alternate goalie on the Empire State team, having never played a high school game as a goalie.
Well, he was a midfielder last year, Barry. Had 25 goals at the midfield. And
Millan with the pass for Scharfenberger, but he just couldn't get it. And Elmont quickly picking it up. Faraone was checked out of the cage. He was upset. Here's Stewart, number 30. And he spots Leva. Leva couldn't hang on to the ball, so the ball goes back over to Harborfields.
And what I was going to say just a few moments ago before this last sequence of plays, that Mark Millan just wanted somebody to work out with and warm up with for the Empire tryouts, and so he asked Billy, because Billy and Mark are good friends, let me just shoot on you a little bit, and Billy got some confidence, in the goal against Mark, and went down to the tryouts, and wouldn't you know it, he became the alternate to the Empire team.
I think Mark is the only player, maybe Billy Day, that were on that 87 team that lost to Elmont by 8 or 9 goals. Now, an unforced error on the pass thrown cross field by Harborfields. Not a particularly good pass by Scott Dubois as he tried to go all the way cross field looking for Ken Willie and threw it over his head.
You don't want to make too many of those mistakes, Barry, not against a team like Elmont, and expect to stay in the game.
Right now, Elmont leads it by 3 with 4 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Spartans came in with a record of 17-4. Their losses this year to Manhasset, Cold Spring Harbor, Bethpage, and Levittown Division. As that ball rolls out of bounds, it'll be Harborfield's ball.
Peter Aaron brought the ball over nicely, looking to dish it off. Took a hit from Scott Dubois, which created that bad pass.
Walt Sofsian perhaps a little concerned about the intensity level of his club coming into the game today. They, of course, won over Lynbrook in a very emotional game to win the county championship, and on paper figured to be a rather heavy favorite in this game. But certainly Harborfields has come to play here, trailing by 3. They're very much in this game with about 3.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Here's Mark Millan, who has a couple of goals. Pookie Kennedy has 3 for Elmont. Look at his speed. Good check that time, however, from behind by Brugger as he was able to check the ball away.
That'll be an interesting matchup through most of the night. Brugger and Mark Millan both have excellent speed. Brugger all-county, Mark all-county. That's going to be a good matchup to watch.
Here's Nelson, 14, with a quick shot. Billy Day will hustle back, and it will be Harborfield's ball as Elmont had no backer. Harborfield's 14-5 during the regular season. They lost to some pretty tough big schools, Kerry. They're a B school, a small school. They lost to Sachem, Whitman twice, and Babylon and Kings Park in their own league. So those represented the 5 losses. Oh, the check right there. Naglieri with quite a check there on Dubois. And Elmont makes an errant pass. Brugger will just keep it alive for Warren Espiritu, who's had a goal and an assist here in the second quarter. And the second midfield has come up big with Mazzola and Espiritu both scoring here in the second quarter. So far, Ventura and Naglieri have been pretty much denied, but not too long for Naglieri. Oh, he fires over the cage. Made quite a few moves there, and he put it over the cage, over the net.
He did an excellent job on getting by Kenny Willie there. Willie, an excellent defenseman. He just walked right by him, and we'll take a look at it again. Here's Naglieri with the ball. Now here's Willie, and he tucks that stick right around and goes right by Willie, and then he goes right by Roger Labate, two of the outstanding defensemen on Harborfields.
Quite a play by Tommy Naglieri, the All-American, who was the starting quarterback in football. And happy to report, and I know Walt Sofsian very proud that he's number 12 academically in the class. And he'll be going to Adelphi, and this young man will be going to North Carolina. Mr. Scroggs happy to get the talents of this guy. So we'll have a timeout taken right here. Don't forget, we'll have the state semifinals coming your way. It'll be Ward Melville carrying what a game we saw earlier tonight. Ward Melville coming from behind, down by 6-2 in the third quarter, 6-3 with 2.5 minutes to play in the fourth to beat Farmingdale in overtime.
Well, it certainly has to be, I think, Barry, one of the best comebacks that Joe Cuso has seen for a Ward Melville team. They don't have to worry about comebacks too many times to begin with, and this certainly has to rank among one of the better ones.
Part of the Elmont crowd that's here at Hofstra Stadium, and we'd like to thank our sponsors, Apple Bank for Savings, President Jerry McDougall, chairman of the board, for their sponsorship throughout the year. And there is an Apple Bank located right near Harborfields High School. It's right on Pulaski Road. And I know a lot of the folks at that branch pulling for the Harborfields Tornadoes. And another one located, of course, in Manhasset, where they've had traditionally outstanding lacrosse teams. So Apple Bank for Savings, one of our sponsors, along with Adelphi University. And that's where Tommy Naglieri will be playing. And what a year Adelphi had in lacrosse this year, representing Long Island.
Oh, they were just great. You can't talk enough about how successful Doc was in doing a job and turning around the program from last year, when I know he was most disappointed with the results of last year's team, but certainly he's got to be equally as happy this year with the way they performed.
Here's Kennedy looking on the crease. Leva will pick it up on the bounce as he works in the midfield with a spurt and Mazzola. That one deflects off a stick, out of bounds. Let's see what they call it here. It'll still be Elmont ball. Spartans lead at 7-4, 2:13 to go here in the second quarter. We've had a lot of scoring here in the second quarter. It was 3-2 at the end of the first quarter in favor of Elmont. They now lead at 7-4 as Naglieri works against Ken Willie. Naglieri, 5'9", 155 pounds, has a hard shot, a variety of shots and dodges. Beats Willie, fires from a tough angle, misses the cage, and as they hustle after that, we have a crease violation called, and the ball will go back over to Harborfield.
Again, I think Tommy Naglieri doing an excellent job showing his stick control and stick work, Barry. Doing a very good job in control.
Well, 2 years ago, Elmont and Harborfields both had those outstanding teams. Harborfields was 20-3 carry, and they lost twice that year to Ward Melville and once to Elmont. So they had a tremendous team. You remember that team in '87 that they had. And just remembering some of the names of the players that they had had Tony Millan on that team, Joe Barra, who's playing at Delaware, Rich Cirrus, and Ray Cirrus, who's an All-American goalie at the University of Massachusetts.
As a matter of fact, Rich Cirrus is right now Kip Lucarelli's assistant coach, Barry.
They were a high-powered offensive club. Naglieri shoved by Willie. And it will go over to Harborfields.
20!
Harborfields trailing by 3. We're down to 1:32 to go. Don't forget at halftime, Carl Reuter will be interviewing Jim Turnbull, very successful coach of Yorktown. As they bring it up now, Stewart picking it off on the bounce. Laverne Stewart breaks the ball ahead for Warren Espiritu. A goal now here could be important. Nice check from behind by number 6 over there, Patrick Kennedy. Kinney. And now we'll have Kane coming in the ball game as the third midfield unit for Elmont will come in. Wieserak, 21. Ali Manny Kane, 26. And Rich Gunder, number 3. Minute 11 to go here in the second quarter. Harborfield's looking to clear, and here's Day. On the far side, pass could not be handled as the pass was a little bit low, and Roger Labate over there just couldn't handle it. Not the kind of play you'd like to see, giving Elmont possession in the with about a minute and a half to go, or actually a minute and 2 seconds in the offensive zone.
This is about the third bad clear that Harborfields has had in succession, Barry.
There wasn't much pressure either on that clear, so
no.
it was an unforced error. Here's Kennedy, who has had 3. He hits the turf, and that was a dangerous play, but Schaffenberger got it back to his goalie. But again, a bad clear out. 44 seconds to go. Elmont with possession, and Walt Southsea has whistle blow here, and I think we're going to have, is it a timeout?
No, it should be offside. Elmont carried, Jimmy Brugger carried the ball over, and there was no midi back for him, so they went offside. It'll be a turnover of possession.
So no penalty. They had possession of the ball, and Harborfields will get it back. This could be a key possession. If Harborfield scores a goal here with 40 seconds to go, down by 2 at halftime, they've got to feel good about things, as Walt Southsea's club leads here 7-4, and he's got to be a little concerned. He's certainly not blowing out Harborfields by any means.
Well, no, I think he should be happy with the possession, because I think his team's really had control of the play, but I think he'd like to see more balls in the net and points on the board.
They had that spurt, of course, Kerry, and they're explosive. Creamer works it down low. Now as they move in, flag will be thrown. It'll be a penalty with 20 seconds left on the Elmont Spartans, and Harborfields will go man up again.
I tend to think that's going to be called on Laverne Stewart. I think he's going to get called for the penalty.
He's heading off the field.
Slash.
Slash will be the call.
So with 20 seconds, we'll probably see Harborfields try and get one shot off, get the possession back, and then possibly hold it and start the third quarter with possession, Barry.
Tornadoes are 0 for 3 against Elmont's man-down team. Elmont did a good job against Lindbrook man-down. Now they'll work it back outside and see if they can get something going here. Dubois 7, Scharfenberger 17.
Well, now they're going to hold it for the duration.
And they'll start the second half with the man up. They'll have 40 seconds on the man up as Scharfenberger runs it back toward midfield, and that will do it as the first half has come to an end. So the Elmont Spartans take a 3-goal lead into the locker room at halftime, 7-4. We'll be right back with Carl Reuter's halftime guest, Jim Turnbull from Yorktown. And you're watching Championship High School Lacrosse on Cablevision's LISN.
It's halftime here at Hofstra Stadium, the Long Island B Championship, and Elmont leads Harborfields by the score of 7-4. Now, the winner of this game that you are watching tonight plays this gentleman's club, Yorktown, and Jim Turnbull is the coach of Yorktown. An interesting ball game, isn't it, Jim?
Yeah, a lot of goals for one half.
What kind of a club does the Yorktown team that you coach, what can we expect? You'll be playing the winner of this game in the state semifinals.
Well, we try to stress defense a little bit more than we've seen out here, I think.
Will you want to run if you have the opportunity, or you want to play ball control? You want to play 6-on-6?
Well, if we have the opportunity, we'll run, but more 6-on-6, I think.
What kind of a season did you have to advance into this state semifinal round?
Well, we have a very young team. There's only 4 seniors starting. We're playing a lot of freshmen and sophomores, and they've gotten better as the season's gone on. So right now, we hope we're peaking.
As a coach, you're sitting up there, you're scouting this. What in particular do you look for? How do you scout 2 teams in one game? Because you don't know if you're playing Elmont or Harborfields. What's your approach when you come to the game?
Well, we've seen Elmont. We had a scout down here the other night for the last game. So, well, it's hard to say at this point. We're looking at a couple individuals on each team, and it's so unsettled, it's hard to really to tell what's going on here.
You're ready to play the big one, though, aren't you?
We're ready, I hope.
All right, Jim, we'll see you here in a couple of days for the New York State semifinals, and congratulations on a great season and getting to those semis.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Jim Turnbull, coach of Yorktown, he's been my guest. Now stay tuned. Carrie and I will go over some halftime numbers right after this timeout. You're watching High School Championship Lacrosse on Cablevision's Long Island Sports Network. And it's back here at Hofstra Stadium. Carl Reuter now joined by Carrie Gluck. And boy, we've really seen some run and gun, wide open lacrosse.
Well, this is exactly what we expected from Elmont. Not exactly, I think, what Kip Lucarelli would prefer to see his Harborfields team get into that kind of a game. He doesn't quite have the depth that Elmont has at the midfield. You know, Walt Sopsian's running 3 midfields and Kip's only running 2, so it could take its toll, although it is a cool night and it might not be that much of a factor weather-wise.
Check out the halftime numbers on the board. It's Elmont 7-4 over Harborfields. Carrie, the numbers, and I look at the shots, and Elmont has a lot of them.
Well, that tells it all. Elmont leading in the shot category, 18-6. That really tells you that Elmont's in possession of the ball. They're getting a lot of opportunities, a lot of shots, and they're capitalizing on 7 out of 18. For not a bad percentage. On the other hand, of course, Harborfields has 4 goals and 6 shots, so that's a very good percentage. If Kip can keep that percentage up, he'll try and shoot all night.
But they've got to keep getting more shots. You cannot win a game with just 6 shots in one half.
No, exactly correct. They've got to get possession. They've got to take good shots. They've got to get rebounds. They've got to come off the penalties. They had too many penalties in the first quarter, which is really when Elmont took advantage of those shots.
All right, and some of the goals that was scored, in fact, one in particular on the attack for Elmont, number 6, Greg Pookie Kennedy.
Well, here you see Pookie Kennedy's having a very good game tonight. He's very strong. Here's the move that Pookie Kennedy has. He puts it and protects his stick, and he goes right by 2 defenders, Willie and Labate, 2 outstanding defensemen for Harborfields. He takes them both on and puts the ball right into the cage.
It shows how really great of a goal scorer he is, because he did have a little bit of a magician there, little magic wand putting it past the goaltender.
Well, we said earlier on, you know, as we highlighted him earlier in the game call, we said he's a strong attackman. He's a physical attackman. He's a bull dodge type of attackman, and he showed it right there because he just dodged right by those 2 defensemen.
If you're Kip Lucarelli, what are you going to talk about now coming into the second half? What do you have to do?
I think it's really easy right now for Kip Lucarelli is in terms of what do we have to do. We have to stay out of penalties, and we've got to take the possession. Willie's doing an excellent job on face-offs. We've got to keep the face-off possession and take some good shots. Mark Millan's having a good game. He's got 2 goals so far. Let's get the ball to our attack, and let's get our offense in possession and keep the ball for ourselves and not give it over, and don't make those transition. Don't get running in with Elmont.
Well, we'll see what happens. Second half just about set to get underway. Barry and Carol will be back with all the second half action right after this timeout. You're watching High School Championship Lacrosse on Cablevision's Long Island Sports Network.
We are back here at Hofstra Stadium. Barry Landers, soon to be joined by Carrie Gluck. As we begin the second half, it'll be an important possession, Carrie Gluck, for Harborfields. They trail by 3. This game was very interesting at one point in that second quarter. We had all those goals scored, I think 5 goals in a very short span of time. But with this man up, if Harborfields can get the goal to bring them back within 2, I think you could say it would be anybody's game, even though the numbers might indicate that Elmont had a little more domination in the first half.
Yeah, you're right, Barry. And as a matter of fact, it could psychologically be a big boost to Harborfields, knowing that they didn't have that many shots and didn't have that much possession, and yet they might still only be trailing by 2 goals. They do have 40 seconds remaining in the man up. They went man up with 20 seconds left, so they have a lot of time.
0 for 3 man up they are. Dugan fires it behind to Millan. Millan picked up by Jiggets now. They've changed a little bit on the rotation defensively. Now back outside Scharfenberger. Here's Guido, who has a good shot, number 10. They try to cross-field pass. Deflected. Scharfenberger's got it. He misses the cage as it goes out of bounds. Seti is backing, and it will still be Harborfield's ball. But there are very few seconds remaining on the man up, about 15 seconds. So they've got to take advantage of a quick pass or 2 and then shoot perhaps if they can. Here's Guido, 10. Back to Millan. Millan has 2 of the team's 3 goals. Throws it back up on top. Here's the bounce shot. Stopped by the goalie, Faraone. Penalty is over. Team's all even. Day has picked it up. Remember, he's the goalie who's playing man up now, but it's all even, and they'll try to get him back on the defensive end of the field. Millan against Jiggets. Millan, the crossfield pass looking for Day. Day throws a crunching check, and they recover the ball. Good check there by Day. And this is Scharfenberger, 17. He had it recovered, but we get a call made. A little ward-off call, I believe, is going to be called against Harborfields, and the ball will go back over to the youngsters from Elmont. as they lead at 7-4 with 1 minute and 12 seconds gone here, as you see Day heading back to his cage.
Well, there's another man-up opportunity that Harborfields was not able to capitalize on, Barry. That's about 4 minutes they've had man-up opportunities and haven't even been able to come up with a real good shot on Elmont.
Schroe with the ball, number 4, over to Nelson. Nelson moving in. Penalty call coming up here on Harborfields as Nelson was checked. And Elmont will be a man up in just a moment. Let's see what the call will be. Al Blau making the call. 1 minute. It'll be a slash. And number 17 heading off is Jody Scharfenberger, fine soccer player, who's an all-league player, slashing, as I said, the call. And Scharfenberger in the box. Elmont 1 for 4 man up. They lead by 3. Looking to win the Long Island so-called championship for the 3rd time in the last 4 years. They beat Rocky Point in '86, Harborfields in '87, and here playing again in '89. Naglieri, Day with a quick stop. Got that stick down low on the bounce shot.
That was a very good save by Billy Day, because the shot did not come up at all on him, and he really got down low, kept his concentration and eye on the ball.
Now as they try to clear it down, Roger Labati's long cheap clear picked off by Aaron. Here's Nelson looking on the crease. Naglieri got it to a teammate. Day came out and crunched a player in front. It was Kennedy, and Day may be called for a penalty here. Let's wait for the call. And now Blau has made the call.
Yeah, that means Harborfields will put the in-home into the penalty box, and one of the attackmen will come off. We'll see on the replay. Here's the feed right into the crease, and here comes Day. Hits Kennedy from the back, which is where the push came with possession. So penalty will be assessed to Day, but they will take off an attackman who is the in-home and will serve the penalty for Day.
So one of the players heading off right now.
Brett Dugan will be in the box serving the penalty.
Look to Tommy, too. Not Lewis.
Waiting for play to be resumed here. Day getting back in the cage, so man-up situation. Espiritu behind now to Kennedy, who's led the way with 3 goals. Back out on top, Naglieri, and that one deflects wide. And the ball goes back over to Harborfield. So it'll be Day looking to clear here. Harborfield's down a man. Trailing in the game 7-4 with 7:40 to go in the 3rd quarter. The winner to advance and play Yorktown. You'll see that game, a state semifinal right here on the LISN. Ball batted around. However, they couldn't get the man out of the box. Had they gotten it into the box, it would have been a clear. Here's Nelson. Beautiful pass to Naglieri, and they convert. So their inability to clear the ball down.
That goal should be nullified. Elmont was offsides.
And indeed it will be offsides. Good work by the officials. Kerry Gluck officiating up here saw it, and so did the officials down there.
What happened was, very simply, is that Laverne Stewart carried the ball over and again left just the 2 defensemen on the defensive half, and it was an excellent play by Elmont, but they did go into the offsides position.
So still down a man is Harborfields. 6 seconds left in the man-down situation as they've got the ball deep in their own zone. Roger Labati, number 22. Out there, he'll play it. 5'11" and 95-pound senior. And he'll try to cheap clear. Brugger can't pick it off. Aaron being checked. Teams are all even. Dugan couldn't get it as he had just come out of the box. It rolls out of bounds, and it will be Harborfield's ball, I believe.
I'll tell you, those ground balls would be very effective if they could scoop them up. If Harborfield's able to scoop up those ground balls, they could be really taking some advantage.
Elmont 1 for 6 man up. Kip Lucarelli's club has lost possession here, so Elmont will get it. And Warren Espiritu, who has played well in the 2 games you've seen on the LISN against Lindbrook. Great speed, great little moves from Warren Espiritu. Brings it downfield. Teams are all even, 6 against 6 in the attacking end. Espiritu chased out by Kinney. Harborfield's playing short poles defensively. They have no long poles out there, except on the close defense. They pick up the loose ball, and they race down. Nice passing, and the look by Dugan for Millan, and he hit the top of the pipe. Oh, nice setup that time. Dugan found Millan, and he hit the top of the pipe, carry on a beautiful fast break opportunity.
Harborfields looked very sharp on that fast break opportunity. And let's see it again. The feed will come across from Dugan right there on your coming into your picture right here, and there's Millan. It just gets up his shot up very high. The pass from Dugan was up high, and he did whatever he could to get his stick in the position to deflect it and to redirect the shot.
Dugan trying to get it with a short stick. Stewart has it, however, for Elmont. He'll bounce it. Aaron with the long pole chasing after it. Takes a hit. Ball is still in bounds, now out of bounds, and let's see, it should be Harborfield's ball, and it will be Harborfield's ball. Tough to get those balls with that long pole, and Aaron gave it quite an effort over there. As Kip Lucarelli's club trails by 3. No scoring here in the third quarter. 7-4, Elmont leading by 3. Harborfield's in possession. Millan working against Brugger. Good matchup there. Millan with a look. Was that going to be a shot or a look across the crease? But anyway, Faraone intercepts, but on the clear, it will roll out of bounds, and Harborfield gets it back.
Well, I think it really was a poor pass. It was a tough pass to try and make. He's trying to pass that ball cross cage, the face of the cage, and that's real tough with all the traffic in the crease area.
Harborfield hasn't had that many shots, Kerry, in this game. They've had possession fairly often, not that many shots. Here's Scott Dubois working in midfield. That quick shot by Frank Meek, deflected. Slipping down, trying to make a move, Donnie Setti. They double team the defenseman, and Mark Millan will pick it up. No, rather Dugan. Dugan, a shifty player, handling the ball more this year. His teams have double teamed Mark Millan all year. So Dugan has had more responsibilities handling the ball. Here's Donnie Setti lobbing it back out on the right wing. Dubois rolls and gets the shot off. It'll still be Harborfield's ball. That may have gone across Hempstead Turnpike, Gary Gluck. And now we'll have changes made in the midfield for Elmont as Nelson, Randall, and Shrove come back in midfield, and Jiggets comes off the bench defensively, giving Peter Aaron a blow. Millan got right by Brugger with a move there, and Faraone right on the pipe there to make the stop.
Well, Mark Millan showed you his speed right there, Barry. He just blew right by Brugger, and Brugger is a tough top defenseman.
Here's Millan again, checked out of his stick. No flags as Millan knocked down. Now we'll get a call made as Elmont was coming upfield.
Yeah, we'll get a slash call now made by the official.
Late call there. Millan went down twice, and
I think they might have missed the first one. And I watched this. There's where the first call should have been made on Stewart against Millan. And then they call it, I believe, over here is where they call the next
Randall, number 15. So it will be a man-up for Harborfields, and carry their inability to cash in on the man-up opportunities has hurt them. As Walt Sofsian's club hangs on to a 3-goal lead. They're 0 for 4 man-up. Elmont out shooting Harborfields by a score of 20-11. You know, we mentioned the championship game these two clubs played a couple of years ago. Elmont has a couple of players who played in that game. Greg Pookie Kennedy and Tommy Naglieri, both were sophomores then.
33. Okay, 33. Let's take a look at it. Go the way. We can go low post. Yeah, we go low post. Then we get automatically in the switch, right? We take our time. We got a whole minute, don't we?
Yeah, whole minute.
Hey, guys. Hey, listen, I can't ask for any more than you're giving, fellas. You're doing an excellent job right here. Come on. Right here. It's going to pay off. Come on.
Okay, very positive attitude by Kip Lucarelli to his team. Very encouraging. Telling them that they've given a great effort and it's going to pay off right now on this man-up. Starting off in a 3-3, that's what he called out, 33. So they should line up in a 3-3 situation and take a look at what the defense is giving them before they cut down to some of their other formations.
I'd like to compliment our crew, which has worked in and out of the rain all evening, a long evening here. And they've done a super job, Larry Roth's crew. Our cameraman battle all conditions, Kerry, to bring the best pictures to all of us.
Neither rain nor sleet nor snow shall prevent our crew from working.
And they have been with us right from September right here to June. And let's see what happens here on this man up with Randall in the box. Millan now playing on top as they set up a 3-3 carry. Now move it to Dugan. Let's see who cuts down on the crease. Day had cut down. Now Day goes behind. That's the goalie, Billy Day, with 15 man-up goals. Haven't seen him really shoot. Has a hard shot. Millan looking on the crease for Day, who had cut in there, but he couldn't handle the tough pass. Here's Schroed chased by Day. Now they'll double up on the ride. They find the open man, Stewart, but he can't handle it. Knocked away by Seti, but Stewart with a long pole has it. Picked off behind the cage by Millan. Millan stopped by Faraone. What a big save that was.
Mike Faraone held the pipe very well on that play. Millan very alert in picking up the loose ball. I think could have taken a little bit better shot. He could have come up on top of the plane of the goal a little bit higher to get a better angle, but Faraone did a great job.
After it, Kruger, he's got a chase by Guido. Penalty is over. Teams are all even right now. Elmont looking for that fast break. Off the loose ball situation here. Willie's got it, number 19. Pushed out of bounds over there. Let's see what the call will be. Did he go out on his own? We'll see who has possession here with 3:31 to go in the third quarter. We've had no scoring here in the third. And let's see what the call will be. Ken Willie going to be called for a 1-minute penalty over there, Kerry.
He's in the box. I didn't see the signal clearly as to what the penalty will be.
Unnecessary roughness will be the call. 1 for 6, Elmont. So neither club been able to cash in much man up against the tough defense.
It's interesting that also in the first game, Ward Melville wasn't able to cash in on their man up opportunities, and they weren't very effective, and they generally are.
Here's Kennedy working in midfield. So Kennedy and Naglieri, normally attackmen out in midfield. Again, they run a 3-3 here. Nobody behind the cage. Now they will bring a man on. Wieserak, who is a man-up specialist. Number 21 has come on. Here's Kennedy working against the zone here. Look on the crease, and the quick stick shot goes wide. Ventura firing it from in close off the crease.
And that's right where Lou Ventura likes to situate himself, Barry, right off the crease. That's where his strength is. He's very effective on the crease area.
Did not make all county. He was an all-league player, Ventura, although he had over 50 goals. Back out to Naglieri. And a score! Boy, they moved the ball around beautifully, didn't they, that time? And Elmont takes a 4-goal lead, 8-4, working it beautifully. Lou Ventura, the man of the hour right there.
Well, it's almost a duplicate of the other shot. Let's see it on the replay. They'll look down to the crease, and there's Ventura on the crease. And just a moment ago, as we said, that's where he likes to situate himself, and that's where he gets his opportunities. And he took advantage of it that time, Barry.
Lou Ventura, who'll be playing at Stony Brook next year, is a finisher. He's got that quick shot. We saw it right there. Lacks a little speed. Had 8 goals against Carl Reuter's alma mater, Wonton one game, Kerry. And Elmont with that big goal leads by 4 here. Harborfield's trying to come up with it with Willie breaking at it with the long pole. Tough to scoop it.
Well, that's one of the disadvantages of facing off with the long pole.
Leva got it back, and here's Kruger on the fast break. Elmont can score in bunches. And as they move in, the play broken up by Harborfields, and back they come. Bringing it quickly downfield. Millan with a hard outside shot. And backing was the goalie. It'll go over now to Elmont. Hustling play by Faraone to get back there.
Mark showing a little bit of impatience, I think, on that last opportunity, Barry. He was out pretty far. He's got a hard shot, but I think he could have taken it a little bit tighter in on Faraone for the shot.
So it will be Elmont ball here, leading now by 4. Aaron trying to get it upfield. Dubois with a hustling effort. Millan picks it up, so they come up with a loose ball here. This is Meek, 26. Frank Meek with only 1 goal this year. And Faraone looking steady in the boat. Over to Peter Aaron. Back to Faraone. Well, this junior goalie has been playing a lot better late in the season. One of 3 goalies that Walt Sopsian employs. He'll also play Richie Tyne and Mike Alfano in the goal. Kennedy working behind on the young defender over there, Mike Pavlovich. Kennedy showing patience over to Louis Ventura. Ventura again looking on the crease over there. Naglieri. Checked by Willie. Been a good matchup, those two. Naglieri rolling it as it was deflected. And that one fired right on. Day made the stop on the shot. Espiritu took the shot, and Harborfields looks to come up. This is Meek. Over to Millan. Found the right guy. Millan gets by Brugger. Millan moves in and shoots wide. It'll still be Harborfield's ball.
Mark Millan's now taken 7 of the last 15 shots for Harborfields. And again, Frank Meek leading the fast break for Harborfields did a nice job. And they got the ball to the money player, and he's the man who they got to look to.
Millan with 50 goals. And you know, Kerry, he missed 4 games this year. Actually had the chicken pox, missed 2, was hurt at the beginning of the year, played sparingly in the first 2 games. And Millan comes around. A lot of people, as I said, felt he should have been All-American. And a lot of people feel he may be the best attackman in Suffolk County. I don't know how you feel about it. You played against him. It's a tough call. Jiggett's being chased there by Seti. Makes a good play to get it to Faraone. And Faraone will bring it up. Faraone played superbly against Lindbrook. Gets it up here. And Randall has it, number 15. Pass could not be caught. Tough pass to make as it rolls out of bounds. And Harborfield gets it back.
Well, it was a good effort by the Elmont player to try and save it, but it was a pass, inadvertently bad pass. And again, with only 10 seconds to go, Elmont should have been more patient to work for the last shot, I think, Barry, rather than give the ball over.
Well, as you mentioned earlier, Mark Millan, who we've been highlighting, was an Empire State player, was a teammate of a couple of these players playing here tonight. So they know each other well, both the Elmont and Harborfield players. Picked off again on a poor clear, a cheap clear. Randall throws it away. So both teams making mistakes as the third quarter comes to an end. A scoreless third quarter except for the 1 goal scored by Ventura in the final minutes of the third quarter. And after 3, the Elmont Spartans, looking for their 3rd Long Island championship in the last 4 years, lead it 8-4. We'll be right back. You're watching Championship High School Lacrosse on Cablevision's Long Island Sports Network. To Adelphi University, our sponsor. We're here at Hofstra and Hofstra Stadium, the site of the New York State semifinals coming up on Thursday. One of the games you'll see, Ward Melville will take on the winner of the upstate battle between Lakeland and Shaker. Shaker representing the Albany area, and that game being played up in Albany tomorrow, Kerry, because they were rained out earlier today. That should give Ward Melville a decided edge with one of those teams having to come back with less than 24 hours and play a championship game.
I definitely agree with you on that, Barry. And this was the advantage of playing this game today on an AstroTurf or artificial turf field. Playing it on grass during that heavy downpour we had earlier on would have been really almost an impossibility. But on this surface, it really proved to be not a major factor. But it may turn out to be an advantage to Melville, as they'll have a chance perhaps to not only have an extra day's rest, but to scout as well.
Well, 2 years ago, this Elmont Spartan team went on to beat Jamesville DeWitt for the New York State Championship. They'd love another shot at it. They were seeded number 3 in the Nassau B schools in the playoffs, Kerry, behind Cold Spring Harbor and Manhasset. And here they are. They're the last Nassau team playing lacrosse this year. Battle for it, and Willie has it. Throws it downfield, looking for Guido, number 10. Out of the cage is Faraone. And as the ball goes over the end line, let's see who's going to get it.
Well, it should go over to Elmont. It is a pass. And those are the balls that Guido missed there, the ground ball they've been missing on those clears. They've been trying to cheap clear. It's been reasonably successful, but they haven't been coming up with the loose ball.
Nelson pulls away. Gary Nelson, who's a great athlete and an outstanding student. Nelson on the crease, the shot right on, taken by Tommy Schroe. And Day makes the save. Outlets to Scharfenberger. Scharfenberger, good pass to Kinney. Kinney trying to get it to his open teammate. Ball on the ground, and Seti couldn't get it, but here's Mark Millan. Look at this guy go. Passing on the crease, Nelson picked it off, checked out of his stick. Millan trying to get it to Seti. Loose ball picked up by Scharfenberger, and he puts it home.
Well, Mike Faraone got caught out of the cage, Barry. Scharfenberger alertly picking up the loose ball and just puts it right on cage, and Faraone really had not much of a chance being out of position.
Scharfenberger protects his stick well and come up with some garbage goals, comes up with goal number 14.
See, look where Faraone is already out of your picture. Here's with a loose ball, so Scharfenberger alertly, after he picks it up, catches Faraone. Look where he's situated, 5 yards at least off the crease.
So it's back to a 3-goal game. Scharfenberger at 1:08 makes it 8-5. Elmont leading by 3, and Leva will face it off right here. Leva, number 33, against Scott Dubois. Dubois had the ball, but he couldn't locate it. And here comes Leva, who scored against Lindbrook off a face-off the other day. Tough pass, a poor one off Naglieri. Walt Safsian, who had quite a weekend. His team won Friday, beat Lindbrook. Kerry, we were here for that game, then traveled up to Syracuse, his alma mater. Had a reunion with Roy Simmons and Jack Salerno, of course, who was a former Elmont coach. Had quite a weekend and came back down here. But he was a football player at Syracuse, had a football scholarship out of John Adams High School, and picked up the game of lacrosse up there at Syracuse, watching him play. Here is Meek checked in midfield. Loose ball. Meek continues to battle for it in green, number 26. And Elmont comes out with the ball. So the Spartans have it. Number 5 is James Mazzola. To Naglieri. Oh, and putting it home. Ventura off the feta. Set up by Naglieri.
And again, Ventura right where he likes to be, right off the crease. And the loose ball created that transition goal. And that's the way Elmont gets their goals.
It started in the midfield when they came up with that loose ball. Mazzola with a good play.
And here we come, looking right at you. There's going to be the feed. There's Naglieri dumping it off to Ventura on the crease. And again, he's just one-on-one with goalie Billy Day.
So Lou Ventura comes up with the goal. That's his second. He has 54 on the year. He has 9 goals in the playoffs, Kerry. He's been a hot guy when it's counted. And he's done it all year, the all-conference player, who Walt Safsian felt deserved all-county honors. Didn't make it. Leva can't get it. It's picked up by Harborfields. Here's Millan moving right in. Oh, big save for Faraone on the high, hard shot. Faraone stands right in there. And Millan has been denied a couple of times here. Jason Oberhand out there now. Number 13 is Millan, will work against Kruger. The Elmont lead is back to 4. Millan making a tough pass, but it was picked off there. This is Leva. Leva looking downfield for Mazzola. He's bumped by Willie. Overhand lost it. Labate spots the open man. Meek should have had that pass.
Yeah, that was right in the stick, Barry.
Pavlovich having trouble on the side along with Meek. Still in bounds. Mazzola digging for it. And finally it does go out of bounds, and it'll be a Harborfields possession. And very quickly Elmont and Harborfields will make changes in the midfield. James Creamer coming in along with Jody Scharfenberger and Patrick Kinney. There you see number 4 Creamer.
Let's see if we can catch that last shot, Barry, that Mark Millan took. He's coming across the face of the cage, and he'll be trying to shoot the ball with his right hand. Here it is on the replay, and he's got a hard shot. He'll take it sidearm. He puts it up right up high on the stick side of Mike Faraone, and Mike Faraone stands tall in that cage.
Creamer picking up the ground ball, working on Naglieri. Clock down to 6:48 to go here in the 4th quarter. Harborfields trailing by 4. Scharfenberger. Checked by Nelson. Here's Kinney. Picked up by Schroe. Makes a nice roll on him. Comes right in. Tries to get the bounce shot off, and he scores. Tough angle as he kept working his way across the crease, and quite an effort by Patrick Kinney his second goal of the game. And these game Harborfields Tornadoes hanging right in, trail by 3 with 6:33 to go.
I thought Patrick Kinney was going to miss his opportunity, Barry, as he goes to the cage. He does a nice roll dodge right here. He feels the defenseman leaning, and now I thought he should have taken the shot. He keeps going, and now he takes his shot when he's got a tougher angle. It must be an excellent shot. You can barely see the angle that he had. He just narrowed down his angles. He kept going away from the cage, so it was an excellent shot.
Faraone stayed right with him. He drew Faraone out of the cage and was able to get it over Faraone. And now the big face-off here, picked up by Gary Nelson. Over to Naglieri. Schroe stopped by Billy Day as they again cheap clear it. Elmont coming back with Nelson. Checked by Creamer, but he drives down the right wing as he sweeps. Back on top to Schroe. Here's Naglieri. Great look again. Ventura deflected.
Billy Day, 2 big saves Billy Day's made in this last sequence.
Pavlovich throws it away right on the bounce. Picked up there. Naglieri knocked down again by Day.
We'll
Great
make
reflexes.
that 3 big saves by Day.
Now Scharfenberger will chase after it. Can he get to it? Now let his teammate pick it up. Here's Guido, who can score.
Watch
Needs
out.
offense. And we got a whistle, and a timeout has been taken here. So we've got timeout with 5:41 to go. A lot of people felt this might be a blowout, but the Harborfields Tornadoes hanging right into this one. They trail by 3. Plenty of time left. Watching Championship High School Lacrosse on Cablevision's LISN. There's a look at the man of the hour right now. He's made some big saves in the last couple of minutes, Kerry. Billy Day.
Well, here's Harborfields Ventura Elmont Ventura taking the shot in right on close on Harborfield's Day. He's got his stick right up. He holds his ground very well. Comes right out and takes his step to Ventura to deflect that last shot.
Billy Day, according to Kip Lucarelli, has the quickest hands that he's seen. He says he's fun to watch, both in and out of the cage.
Well, he's exciting, too. He's exciting in that cage. And you know that he's always got that opportunity that he can come down and score.
Remember Ivan Savory for Elmont a couple of years ago? He's one of the players at post. He was a fine goalie on that championship team. And Ivan Savory scored a goal, you may remember, in one of the games that we televised 2 years ago. Big possession here for Harborfields. Ivan, of course, the goalie, and he's now at post. Scharfenberger make a nice move here. He's in. That's wide. Millan will chase to the end line, and it will still be Harborfield's ball. But Scharfenberger was going to get in there, Kerry.
I thought he was too, Barry. He put it to his left hand, and he showed that he might have a little bit of a weak left hand, and which is why he didn't take that shot with as much power as it should have.
Predominantly right-handed, according to our scouting reports. Millan takes the shot. Flag is thrown. A penalty coming up right here.
I think Jimmy Brugger is going to be the culprit. He's shaking his head no. He didn't think he did, but I think he's going to be the one that's going to be sitting out this penalty.
32nd man up penalty assessed to Brugger. Elmont's man down has been excellent. They've killed all 5 Harborfield's man up opportunities. And you got to give credit to this Elmont defense. They've done a superb job. They shut out Donatello the other night. Mark Millan's had his chances today. They're 2 of the better. They were Empire State middies, not middies, but attackmen.
Yes, you're right, and they did an outstanding job last summer up in Syracuse.
And they played on the same team. They also did a good job on Bettinger, the other outstanding Empire State player who played for Lindbrook. Big man up here as they trail down by 3 with 5 minutes to go. Millan working behind. On the wing now, back to Millan, trying to get it to Millan with Seti. Good play by Aaron, but Seti recovers. Teams are all even, so they didn't get a shot off in the 6-on-5. And here's Aaron, the good-looking youngster who played so well the other night against Lindbrook. And he'll throw a cheap clear downfield. Naglieri couldn't get it. Day still up on the midfield. Remember, he's the goalie. He's out of the cage right now. DeRosa's in there playing goal for him. Day trying to come up with that ground ball. Could not. And here they come. Kennedy on the 4-on-3. They've got a man wide open. Moving in, Naglieri, and he just shoots it wide.
Great opportunity by Elmont. again, created off the loose ball, the transition game, the pressure defense. That's what creates their success, and that's what they do best.
4:09 to go here in the fourth quarter. Elmont leading it 9-6. And again, the winner of this game will play Yorktown. Yorktown, a perennial A power, moved down to a B school. Kind of interesting, West Jenny, another perennial power, won't be here. A lot of the big schools like Garden City upset this year, and should be an interesting Final Four as we work our way down in the state playoffs. Here's Ventura, who's had a couple of goals. Pookie Kennedy's had 3. They've had 5 of the 9 goals scored by the Elmont Spartans. Held by Harborfields to 2 under their season average right now, Kerry. So give credit to the Harborfields defense here, too. Naglieri working on Ken Willie. Kennedy will go behind. They'll use up a lot of the clock here. They lead by 3. Back out to Nelson. Meek trying to play Ventura. Naglieri making the moves on Willie. And they've eaten up about a minute of the clock. We're down to 3:15 to go.
Well, I think
running a little delay here.
And I think we're going to have to see Kip Lucarelli and his defense start to look to come out after the ball very shortly. There's just 3 minutes left now, and they're down by 3 goals, so they can't let Elmont hold on to it much more.
They're going to have to double and be aggressive, but Elmont has great sticks, and they'll make you pay. They have excellent passing team. Down to 2:50 to go. Elmont holding on to the 3-goal lead. Ventura going behind. Not a great stick as far as his passing ability, but Naglieri's open. Back out to Nelson. Schroe to Nelson. Throws it behind. Good stall here in terms of delay game. They've done a good job. We're down now to 2:20 to go. And again, you're going to have to wonder how long will it take for them to double up here and gamble. Now they will. There's Day going after. The net is empty now.
Get on your man, Roger!
They try to double along with Meek, and we're going to get a penalty call coming up on Billy Day, I believe, the official making the call.
And I think Billy Day is pleading his case.
Al Blau making the call. There it is.
30-second hold penalty called against Billy Day. So again, we'll see the in-home, which will be one of the attackmen will step off the field. Last time it was Dugan, so Dugan must be the in-home. He'll come off the field, and so that Billy Day, the goalie, will be able to stay on.
Come here, Jimmy Kramer.
2:04 to go. Elmont trailed 1-0, then they exploded in the second quarter, and that's been the difference. It's been a pretty even game from that point on, Kerry, but Elmont had that big explosion. They're 2 for 7 man up as Ventura hounded by Willie.
Yeah, right now, Elmont would be very content to keep the ball behind the cage, pass it. Minute 45 seconds to go in the game. They're not even really anxious to have to take a shot. They'd rather just kill off the penalty and 30 seconds gone.
Good point, Kerry. They're down a man right now. Harborfields. Kennedy swings it back out on top. Here's Nelson. 1:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Teams are all even. Ventura lost it. Stewart will try to pick it up, hounded by Dugan there. Stewart throws it back to his goalie, and Faraone will give it back to Stewart. Loose ball. Can they get to it? Dugan after it. Rakes it back. Guido will pick it up. 1:05 to go. They can't waste much time. They've got to go right to the cage as quickly as they can. Creamer. Good defensive work by Nelson. Here's Meek with 50 seconds to go. Trying to get it on the crease for Millan. Not a good play there.
No.
And Faraone picks it off.
Now they're forcing the ball into that crease area.
Time running out, and the Elmont Spartans just 35 seconds away from another Long Island championship. They're third in the last 4 years, and a chance to play Yorktown in the state semifinals on Thursday here at this field. 23 seconds left. Naglieri, who played on that team that beat Harborfields 2 years ago, using his speed, and we're down now to 13 seconds. Elmont moves to 18-4 on the year. Ventura running it out with 3 seconds. 2, 1, it's over. And the Elmont Spartans bouncing back from an 11-8 season last year, Kerry, after winning consecutive county championships, have beaten these gutsy Harborfield Tornado kids by a final score of 9-6. Far different story than 2 years ago. Harborfield has come a long way.
Oh, they certainly have, and I thought they did very well tonight as we see the agony of defeat on the faces of the Harborfields players. But I think they played well. I think Elmont was just a little bit more effective at the midfield, and I think that proved to be the difference in the game.
That's the story. We'll return with a chat with our winning coach, Walt Saufsian, and our Applebank player of the game in just a moment. You've been watching Championship High School Lacrosse on Cablevision's Long Island Sports Network.
Applebank MVP to Elmont's Greg Kennedy, 3 goals, no assists in the big Long Island Beat Championship. And you're walking off before and you said there's another trophy for the trophy case.
That's it. You know, we're working hard all year for this. I mean, we're going to come here, we're not going to lose it. That's what we're all saying. You know, we were determined to do really well in the state tournament. You know, we can do really well with the defense. You see James Brugger, you know, goalie. It was total team, not team effort. You know, we didn't really do that well. You know, we could have fed the open man a little bit better today.
I think it's a tribute anytime a guy that scores all the goals that Greg Kennedy did to talk about the defense in there. And has that been a strong point for the Elmont club this year?
Yeah, they're coming along really well at the playoffs. You know, the middies are really hustling now, getting the ground balls when we need it. It's coming on really well.
What's it feel like to be Long Island Beat champs?
Oh, it feels great.
And now Yorktown.
Oh, can't wait. I want to take them and go up to Syracuse.
All right, so you heard it from Greg Kennedy. He's going to take Yorktown and then go up to Syracuse. Maybe his coach, Walt Saufsian, has different ideas about looking ahead, and he's without Kerry Gluck.
Well, first, Walt, needless to say, congratulations on your third Long Island championship in 4 years. A well-earned victory today, although it wasn't a beautifully played game by either two teams. What do you think might have contributed to that tonight?
Maybe we were taking them lightly or whatever, but give them credit. It's nothing we did. Give them credit. They really played a real good game. We won ugly, there's an expression, but we didn't play that well. I tell you, it wasn't that smooth. But maybe our guys are looking at the trophies already. I hope they learn a lesson.
Well, defensively, I think they did a very nice job. You got to give a lot of credit to the 3 long stick, Brugger, of course. Laverne Stewart did a very nice job, and Pete Arendt did an outstanding job, as they had done all year for you.
Yep. Yeah, well, we gave too many things away. I mean, we were really lucky. And for a few times there, we just kept giving them the ball back. You can't do that against a good lacrosse team. And they were a good lacrosse team.
What do we have to look for to expect from Elmont on Thursday night?
Well, if we don't pick it up and play a lot better, it's going to be, pretty sad. Because Yorktown's a heck of a club, I understand. I haven't seen them, but we got to pick it up a lot better, offensively and defensively. We had our opportunities, but we're getting too cute now. We're not playing Elmont lacrosse, I don't think.
Well, we wish you a lot of luck on Thursday night, Walt. I'm sure it's going to be a heck of a match, you and Yorktown.
Thank you very much.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
And well, Barry, now as we wind down this evening, Elmont coming away with their third Long Island championship in 4 years.
A little bit concerned, as you heard from Walt Saufsian, and I think they will have to play better against Jim Turnbull's club on Thursday if they want to win that state championship once again, as they did 2 years ago. Once again, the final score is the Elmont Spartans win it by a final score of 9-6 over the Tornadoes of Harborfield. Cablevision ends its season with the New York State semifinals, Class A and Class B. It's the Long Island Sports Network, bringing home winning moments. Today's game has been brought to you by Applebank for Savings, we're good for you. By Adelphi University, a commitment to intellect. And by 8 Auto Stores, your ultimate car care store. For Kerry Gluck, Carl Reuter, Larry Roth, Rich Martinetti, and all our crew, including Hal Sass, this is Barry Lander saying so long, everybody.